Hey guys, sorry I'm a little late. I see all of our regulars are in here. Doyle, hi Doyle. Glad to see you're enjoying it. Glad you're making some new friends. Hi Don, how's life out there in California? Say hi to Scotty for us. Hi Kate. There's Donnie. Hi Donnie. Is Pam on here too? Hey Jennifer. Everybody's here. Hi Ashley. Nice to have you. And there's Miss Hannah. Hi Hannah. It's a good to see everybody. Yes, I did get my hair cut. You know, a couple of days ago, and not a single one of my kids has said anything about it. So what's that tell you? But I had my daughter cut my hair. My daughter always cuts my hair for me when I'm at home. And she does it best of anybody that I've had done. So I was really glad that she had the time the other day to get all that long hair off of me. It's almost the middle of August now. It would have been nice to have it in June or July, but nonetheless, I finally got it cut. So hopefully it'll last a little while. And I'll have her cut it again before I leave. So, hi, Kevin. Nice to see you. We'll do Scotty's Feeding the Village, of course. And there's Casey. Hi, Casey. Nice to have you. Hey, Penny. Glad you could make it tonight. Hi, Mobile Tech. Still coughing, but on the mend. Yeah, I saw your post earlier today. I'm glad you're feeling better. It takes a little while to recover. I mean, after I got over the worst of my symptoms, it probably took me another 5 or 6 days to really feel energy again. You know, fatigue was the biggest thing for me. I had flu-like symptoms for about 3 or 4 days, and then they were gone. And after that, I just felt really tired, but no other symptoms. So thanks, Don. I appreciate that. And the nice thing about it is I wash it and I don't have to do anything to it except just brush it. And it's really very quick and easy to take care of. Yes, we all hope he feels better. There's Miss Dawn. She told me she's cooking dinner for the gang up there. And she was a little behind. Yes, I think so too. I know that Jim and Deb from Life is Joy suffered the fatigue for, a month or two after they had COVID. And I think they had it much worse than I did. So, the fact that I only had a week of it was really very nice. I had it a lot easier than a lot of people. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. Glad you could make it in. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Yes, exactly. From the Wu flu. So Donnie and Pam, where are you? What do you guys got going on? Fill me in. I think I got everybody. I think I've said hello to everybody. I don't really have a lot in the way of a topic to talk about tonight. I was going through some of the video suggestions that I've had for a while now. And okay, Mobile Tech, feel better. Have some chicken soup. Anyway, I just thought I would see if there's anything that you guys want to talk about. Otherwise, I can. There's a couple of topics on there that we can talk about. One of them was how to transport water. I don't know if that's something that you guys still have an interest in. Another one was pros and cons of traveling with a group. which I think we've kind of hit on that somewhat. Next Thursday to Detroit. Oh, to help your mom with chemo. I'm so sorry she's going through that, Donnie. But yes, that's where you need to be. So I hope the weather is not so horrible while you're traveling up that way. It's been a mess of heat and storms running all through the Midwest. So I wish you safe travels, and I'll pray for your mom. So let us know how she's doing. So anyway, so that was it. Transporting water, pros and cons of traveling with a group, and how to find groups to travel with. So I can talk a little bit about those if you guys are still interested. So just let me know in the comments if that's something you want to hear about tonight, or if you have another topic that you'd like for me to discuss. That would be fine too, and see what we can come up with. Don's saying hello to everybody. Everybody's getting their highs and hellos in. Yes, Jennifer, you're still interested? If there is a particular topic that you'd like me to start with, just let me know. I would imagine the ones that you might be interested in are water, transporting water, and how to find groups to camp with. Is that something that you're interested in? Friends on the road. Absolutely. We'll get there. So, okay. So let's just start with, because Jennifer camps alone. I'm assuming, let me know if I'm wrong, Jennifer, that she would like to know how to meet up with other groups. And I guess for me, it was how I ended up with a group originally was by following the Childers, and they were in a place where I was near, and so I and in their live stream they said where they were going to be camping next, and it was in a state park. So I immediately left during the live stream, made a reservation, and hopped back on to let them know I'd be camping there. So that's how I ended up having a chance to meet with Bobby and Sharon and get to know them. And then, later on, I started traveling with them. That was like in July and August. And then I actually started traveling with them that following January. So, and the rest is history. So that's how I did it. But before I connected with them, I had been watching Bob Well's channel, Cheap RV Living, and they had been talking about the caravans, which is another way if you know of another group that does caravans, that's something that you could join and caravan with people. Jennifer, you have a tab. So in your tab group, they might do like a gathering, like I did with the Heartland Tearjerkers. That was one way for me to meet a group of people. And that was even before I met Bobby and Sharon. When I had my teardrop, I was researching online for groups and things people to talk to about, life in a teardrop. And so I found out that they have an event calendar, and they would post where they're going to be camping and when. And one of the groups was in Missouri, which is my home state, and they were going to be camping in my hometown. So of course, that was one of the first. Actually, no, the first time I camped with them was in Oklahoma. But I had plans. I went through Texas and then Oklahoma and then back up through Missouri. So I met them. They were wonderful people, and I camped with them several times after that. So that's another way. For Jennifer, a group that you might want to look into is Sisters on the Fly. I know a lot of people join their group. There is a membership fee, and that's why I don't do that. I'm not going to pay a yearly membership fee. So I just meet people through YouTube and through camping with other people. I met Summer and Peter on my live stream, and ended up camping at their house in New York. Same with Ron and Judy from full-time RV living. And so that's just kind of how I've done it. It's just been a little bit off the cuff, but there are lots of ways that you can research and find groups that have been there for a while and are easy to locate. And that's how you make friends on the road. And that is exactly how I ended up meeting Dawn and Kevin. The second place that I ever camped with Bobby and Sharon was in Ehrenberg, and we went there for Schoolie Palooza. Kevin and Dawn had also been in contact with the Ramblers, and they came out to Ehrenberg, and that's where I first met them. And then we kind of didn't see each other for a while, but the following year we connected again, and we've just really become steadfast best friends together. So that's just how you meet people on the road. Hi, Pam. The great thing is that people like you and me don't have to worry about, that's old. Sorry. I lost my spot. Can you tell? Hi, Shanna. Nice to have you here. Glad you could come. I always love seeing you. Is the Northeast. They've just been everywhere, haven't they? That Brian and Donna have really had a fantastic trip heading to PA tomorrow. I just watched your little video of the campground that you're staying in. It really looks very peaceful and quiet. The kind I like to be in. Is that light too harsh on my eyes? I can turn down some lights if you guys would like for me to. The way it's going, we might move. And with Henry and Leanne. Okay, well, I hope they got enough room for me too, because I'm coming. Dawn and Kevin this summer, but I had a detour. Oh, darn it. Well, hopefully, what's your winter plans, Jennifer? We're going to be down here in Florida if you can make your way over. Yes, they did. And we had a great time meeting with Brian and Donna. So that's just, another way when you see someone on YouTube and you know where they're going to be, if it's feasible for you to do it, just contact them and say, hey, do you mind? And we like meeting new people that we've seen on YouTube and the live streams. It's just nice. I mean, I think it's a way to grow your community and your friend base, and camping in a group has a lot of advantages. Exactly, Dawn. I know, that's sad that she didn't get to come, isn't it? Would have been nice. Dawn, I know you just love it there so much. Yeah, Dawn and Scotty came out and camped with us, and the year before that they were with us there in Quartzsite. That's how we met them. They went there to meet Bobby and Sharon, and there was a whole group of us camped together, and we've just all kind of kept in touch with each other. So it's really a good way to make friends. Hey, Zeb, how are you? How's it going? Glad you could make it in tonight. Okay, good. Glad to know that. Thank you. Hi, Sue. Glad you're here. What's up down there in that part of Florida? Have you guys been having rain today? We had quite a thunderstorm this afternoon. It started getting really dark, and then the wind just really kicked up, and I had to go outside and secure a few things in the backyard. And it just poured for maybe 30 minutes or so, and then it was just gone. It was kind of crazy. Yes, I think they did. I can't wait to go to Maine. That's a place that I've really been wanting to see quite a bit. Oh, hi, son. So I look good? Thank you. Do you like my new hairdo? Hi, Christian. For about 3 or 4 weeks in December. Well, you should come on down. We're having a get together in January, but you're going to be teaching probably then. So that won't work for you, I guess. But Pam and Donnie are going to come down and meet with us, which is really nice because I've been talking to Donnie for quite some time on live streams, both mine and Bobby and Sharon's. So it's really nice to be able to have them come down and meet the gang and have some food together and some camaraderie. It's going to be a good time. And there's Desert Deb. So nice of you guys to come in tonight. I appreciate it. How's life in Nevada, Deb? What's the weather like there today? I haven't really been seeing too much of the Weather Channel the last few days, so I'm kind of out of the loop as to what's happening. Heard a couple of days ago was a thunder and lightning. Yep, exactly. There's everybody saying hello. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that very much. And Tim's in here. Hey, Tim. I missed you somewhere. Glad you popped in. Nice to have you. Where are you at these days? What's going on with Mo Bag for your bucks? Oh, that'll be nice. Montana's just absolutely beautiful. Oh, Barstow. Monsoon weather. Yeah, been through Barstow a few times. And Needles. Ooh, I hate Needles. I hate Needles, California. When I married my first husband, he was stationed out at Norton Air Force Base. And we drove from Missouri to Norton and had a really bad accident and totaled our car in Needles. So it's not my favorite place in the world. But yeah. Oh, good. That's nice. You guys really need it. I know that there's so much of Texas that has needed rain for so long. Sorry, guys. I feel like I've got eyelashes in my eyes. So if you see me playing around my eyes, that's why. And then, of course, I can't see without my glasses. Oh, okay. Good deal. Good deal. Northeast State Capitol runs. All right. That'll be great. Good on you. That sounds like a good adventure. So anyway, if anybody else has any ideas for Jennifer about how to hook up with a group, make sure and leave a comment. If you've met other groups somehow other than what I've already talked about, please put it in the comments so we can share valuable information with her. Now, Jennifer is, I'm sorry, my nose is itching. As far as water is concerned, is that a concern of yours when you're boondocking? And what kind of a tow vehicle do you have? Hi, Doreen. Nice to see you. Glad you can make it. Oh, that's nice to know if you're going through Barstow. But yeah, we definitely drove through there. Anyway, I don't plan on going to California for maybe a couple of years. I do want to go through California. In fact, I was watching Less Junk, More Journey today about their trip down Big Sur. I really would love to do Highway 1. That would be incredible. But I don't know. I could do it by myself, but I think it'd be more fun if I had Kevin and Dawn with me. Absolutely. Or someone, to share that experience with. Some of the coastal views that they were showing on their video was absolutely amazing. 7-gallon water container and single gallons. It's been fine for me. I have an F-150 to tow the 400. So something else that you can maybe consider if you're doing a lot of boondocking, and if you're staying, a week or two at a time, sometimes that makes it a little harder, as far as having enough water. You might want to consider a water bladder, Jennifer. And that's something that, you can fold up. It's very little and compact, but when you need extra water, it's a nice way to put in the bed of your truck and go someplace where you can fill with water and bring it back and fill your trailer back up. Kevin and Dawn use one all the time when they're boondocking. And Bobby and Sharon have one. There's a lot of people that actually use a water bladder, and they're very beneficial. It's nice to have the 7-gallon jugs. I used to carry four jerry cans. 3 of them were 6-gallon, and then I had the square blue 7-gallon one. And then the reason I like that one is because it has a spigot on it. So, you could actually use it outside if you wanted to, or turn over and put the spigot and use it inside your trailer. But it just takes up a lot of space on a counter. But I like to have it outside for when I'm cooking or whatever outside. So those were nice to have. But then, a year or so ago, I put a 46-gallon water tank in the bed of my truck, and I really haven't used the jerry cans as much, so I've now gotten rid of them, and that gives me a little bit more room in the bed of my truck. So, you just sometimes kind of have to play with it. Excuse me, I've got a scratch in my throat. You just have to play with it and see what's going to work for your camping style, and what will work for your needs. But if you have any questions, you can email me anytime. Well, first let me get rid of the comment. I'll put there's my email address if you don't already have it. That way, if you have any questions in particular, you can shoot me an email and I'll try to answer as soon as I see it. So just let me know. All right. Tina Dunaway. Hi there. From Indiana. Nice to have you on here. Wish I'd have known about you some months back. I was desperately looking for a campground in Indiana that I could stay at as I was traveling back and forth from Missouri to Ohio. But I did actually end up finding a pretty nice little place. But it's always nice to know people in other states that can make recommendations to you. So, yes, Tim. Facebook has a ton of van life groups. And I'm sure they probably have one for the tabs as well. That's where you find out where all the meetups are. Absolutely. Most of those pages have an event tab. And if you take a look, then you can usually find where they're going. And I think that's a very good way to find a group. Thank you, Doreen, for the reminder. Everybody, thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It would help me a lot. Okay, that was her 7 gallons. Thanks. Howa, yes, that's one of the caravans that I was considering doing until I connected with Bobby and Sharon. I actually was getting ready to sign up uh, for one of the caravans that was starting in Quartzsite that particular year, but I didn't have to. So, but that's another good way. Thank you, Zeb, for adding that. That's good information. Well, they're surprised with Finger Lakes in New York. The vineyards aren't the vineyards up that way are just they're so numerous, so plentiful. It's amazing. Good idea about the bladder. Good. I'm glad that was helpful for you. And they have them in different sizes too. So, whatever's going to work for you, however much you need or however much you can handle in your truck. No. Doreen, the water bladders are they're rectangular in shape, and they have a valve on them, for filling and one for emptying your water bladder. And I think the one that Kevin and Dawn has is a 40-gallon water bladder, but you can get them bigger, you can get them smaller. So it just kind of depends on what your needs are. But if you look on Amazon and you enter water bladder for transport, it'll bring it up. Oh, Tina, I'm so sorry to hear that. Call me metal butt. So are you up walking yet? Have they started you with some rehab? It used to be years ago when you had a hip replacement, you were in bed for a week before they ever got you up. And then, you had physical therapy and you had this big wedge pillow between your legs at night. And I think that hip replacements have really come a long, long way over the years. I used to work on an orthopedic floor as a nurse's aide back in the late 70s. Yeah. Yes, they are. I mean that weighs like 50 pounds. So they're very heavy. I do try. Dawn. Thank you. I try to keep on it, and also I get notifications on my iPad whenever I have a new Gmail. It'll let me know. So that's usually how I can keep up with them. Yes. Roan Mountain, Tennessee in October. See, tabs. There you go, Jennifer. That's cool. Yeah, actually, Doreen was at a tearjerker rally recently. I watched that video, Doreen. I love the tearjerkers. They're a really good group. And that's certainly something that Jennifer could join. And I'm sure they probably have a chapter or 2 or 3 in Texas, as big as Texas is. They probably have more than one chapter there. So look up tearjerkers online. It should be just, whoops, let me, this should be their website. And then you can look up the particular state that you're interested in. And then it'll tell you more about their chapters. Tab rallies, but some of them are when I'm teaching. True enough, that always happens too, doesn't it? And it always seems like, well, you're going to be probably off for part of December and January, and what's the weather going to be like in Texas? I have not heard of any leaks. Kevin and Dawn, have you had a leak in your water bladder? I don't. I think Bobby and Sharon did replace one. Maybe it started leaking. I'm not sure exactly where, but they used that thing for 2 or 3 years before they had to replace it. And and it got filled regularly. Maybe not as often as Kevin's, but that's another story. Let's see. How do you empty your bladder? Not the same bladder you're thinking of, son. So uh, you use a you use sometimes you can do it with gravity depending on how long your hose is, or you use a water pump like I do. Um, and I have to run my generator to do my water pump. However, Henry showed me a really great system. He doesn't use a generator. He has what is it, a lawnmower battery, Henry? Are you on there? That he uses as his power source for his water pump. Um, I have a video segment of that. I need to put that out. That's really good information. And I did that because I thought, wow, I might actually end up converting and doing it that way. And it's a lot less cumbersome than me having to pull my generator out on the tailgate of the truck and hooking it up. And so I need to go back over that. Thank you for asking that question, son. We have two sizes, a 60-gallon and a 30-gallon. And do they have a smaller than a 30-gallon, Kevin? I was thinking that you were talking about a 5-gallon thing. Oh, well, that's a jerry can, basically. And I bought one of those as well. Mine's a 7-gallon square one, the big blue one. And then I also had the taller, a little bit taller, skinnier, kind of a bluish, light bluish green that are 6 gallons. I've had some of those. I was working on a camper and storage, yes. So, and they're good for a lot of different things, a lot of different reasons. Yeah, see, Don and Kevin haven't had any leaks with theirs. So, I could book at the Mud Club. That's hilarious. For sad movies. That's funny, Sue. Well, tear because they're teardrops. And I guess jerky because you told them. I don't know. But anyway, they're really good people. I've had a lot of fun camping with the tear jerkers. In fact, when I was at Bennett Spring, if you guys have watched that video, you saw a little bit of some of the group, and you saw our director Mary's trailer. Some of the people that I normally have camped with in that group weren't there this time, so that was a little bit disappointing. But just more new people to meet, and I had Henry and Leanne were there, and Carla and Kim were there, so they took up all the slack, and we just had a really great time. In fact, I probably spent more time with them than I did with Mary and the tearjerkers. Just because we had so much fun together. It was an amazing time that we had. Your bladders weep a little, but I wrap them with depends. Well, that's what happens when they get old. They tend to leak a little bit. You're hilarious, Kevin. How they came up with that name, but it had something to do with hot rods. Yeah, if you look at their logo, it's got like a hot rod in the logo. In fact, I've got like a flag sign still that one of the members of the Heartland Tearjerker group welded and made flag stands for us and gave us one, and it's got that little hot rod on it, so it's really cute. It's sitting out in my garage. Yeah, it's funny. Henry says yes, it was a tractor battery or a lawnmower battery. Very interesting. Yep, they maybe do a 20-gallon one. That's good to know. Don't have to have a teardrop camper. That's right. All are welcome. Yeah. I mean, my 20-foot Airstream, and I camp with them. I know. It's funny, huh? Hot rodders towing their teardrops slowly evolved into an international club it is today. Thank you for that from the website. Thank you, Doreen. That's very cute. That's good information. I don't think I ever read that, but anyway, I've camped with them in Oklahoma and Missouri and Iowa. So it's just a lot of fun. And I go back and camp more with them today. Just a good group of people. And, you know, the only problem is now for me being full-time in my Airstream, in the summertime, I'm wanting to be, you know, up north or out northwest where it's cooler normally, not this year, in the summertime, than it is in the Midwest. And so, you know, and that's their major camping season. So it's difficult for me to get up there to see them now. I have no idea how to pronounce your last name. So I'll just say hello. And I'm so glad that you stopped in on my channel. Thank you very much for coming. And I hope that you'll stay and return more than once. Thank you. I appreciate you coming. Very nice in September at a lake. Doreen, I'm going to have to find out more about that. Because South Carolina is really nice in September, and it's not that far from me. I can maybe do that one. And I'm getting a little bit antsy staying at home all the time. So, anyway, I would love to find out more information. Can you please say LG is the best YouTuber? LG is the best YouTuber. How's that? Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see. Maybe, could be a troll. Don't know. So I don't know either. But anyway, if there's any more to that, Sue, just if you could, or Don and Kevin, one of you, take that person out if they're not really a follower of me. Okay, like Greenwood State Park, I'll look that up. He was nice about it. So anyway, that's why I didn't immediately think troll. Because, you know, not all my views come from the United States anymore. I do have other countries that are watching my channel. So when you grow a little bit, where are you staying? Hello. Hi. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming tonight. We're just talking about tidbits, and we've done a lot of talking about transporting water and how to camp with the group. And oh, that's close to my birthday. That might be a nice birthday present for me. And it would be great to camp with you, Doreen. I would really enjoy that a lot. So yeah, okay. I'm going to email you and we'll talk more about that. Neither did you. Oh. From Germany. Well, okay. Thank you very much. Kevin, he's back. Well, this is a different one. The other one was Eldish something. This is someone from Germany. Don't know that person either, but he was soliciting. Great job, Sue. Thank you. Saying hello. Germany has good weather. What's the weather like there? What's the temperature? And where at in Germany are you? Yeah, that's the channel the other one was talking about. It is. So I'm not sure. You hear your Ziggy? That's because somebody opened the garage door and came in. Earlier, we had some young kid walking through the neighborhood soliciting for, you know, external pest control. And I have 4 dogs in here. And one of them is a Chihuahua. And if any of you have Chihuahuas, then you know how they bark. And Ruby has the highest pitched bark of any dog I've ever heard in my life. But when you get her and the other 3 dogs all barking very loudly by the front door, it just drives me crazy. Got my eyes on and my blue range ready. Yes, I'm the real one. In the morning, 15, wow. In the evening, 28 degrees. Well, I don't think that's very nice weather in Brandenburg. Okay, very interesting. So I guess that's better than 0, but it's still pretty darn cold. So I'm glad that you're adjusted to it, because that could be pretty darn chilly. Yes, thank you for coming. I appreciate you being on here. As long as I've got good people on here, and I don't have to worry about trolls, I'm good, LG. So thank you. I appreciate it. Your favorite game. Well, we'll hold off on whacking for a little bit. Last camping trip, I was woken up at 7 by a barking dog, little yapper, on and on. Yeah, that's always very annoying. So he says he's no troll. So yay, glad to hear that. And we appreciate having you. It's just that I've had trolls in the past. So sorry. So we're having a watchful eye, but I really thank you for joining. Might be Celsius. Oh, that's true. Might be Celsius. Probably is. Germany uses Celsius. Thank you, son, for setting me straight. So, all right. So somebody convert that for me. Send it down until we know for sure. All looks good at LG. Glad you are here. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. You do have your own channel. Okay, well, I'll have to look into it and see what's happening with your channel, LG. But I do appreciate you taking the time to visit my channel. I always enjoy having new people in here, and I hope that you find something of value in my channel, and I hope that you will return. Yes, we use Celsius. So I just would like to see if somebody can convert that. So he said 15 to 28, I believe it was, if I remember correctly. Is that right, LG? Yes. 15 degrees in the morning and 28 in the evening. So somebody convert that for me, because I'd really like to know what he's saying. Yes, we do. But that's all cool. We can handle this. We can master it. I know what the conversion is from pounds to kilograms, but because I had to use that as a nurse, but we never converted our temperature readings to Celsius. We continued to use Fahrenheit, so it's not anything that I was used to. Thank you, Kevin. So 15 is 59, and 28 is, I know, that was very nice of him, wasn't it? So 28 is what, in the 70s probably? 82. 82. Thank you, Jennifer. Good on you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Too much math. I just asked Google. That's funny, Sue. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't live. That's exactly what I would be doing. But that's nice to know. So, yeah, 59. And 82, those are nice temperatures, very nice temperatures, LG. Yeah, I would like that kind of weather too. Um, Actually, this afternoon when we had our rainstorm, it got down to about 80 degrees here, which was really nice from the 94 that it was earlier. So I loved kind of seeing the wind coming in and the rain, because that actually starts cooling things down for a little while at least. Yes, that's another good one, Doreen. Ask Alexa. She's pretty good at that stuff too. So anyway, um, all right. So any other questions you guys have? We did water. We did camping with a group. So you want to talk about pros and cons of camping with a group? Um, I guess the biggest thing is, you're not traveling alone on the road. And the nice thing about that is, you know, if you have a flat tire or, you break down, then you've got other people there with you to help you out, or help you figure out the situation. Or if you need a ride to a motel or whatever, you have a resource. Sorry. And I'll get to your question in just a little bit, Doreen. I won't forget you. Okay, LG, thank you so much for dropping by. I'm so glad you came in, and I'll check out your channel. So that's one very important reason for camping with a group, is just for safety. There's a lot more safety in numbers, and it makes things a little bit easier. It's nice to be going down the road and knowing you have somebody that'll have your back if you need it. The other thing is just the camaraderie, the friendship, and just being able to spend time with one another, not all day or all night. Dawn and Kevin and I love our mornings together. We'll sit outside with a cup of coffee and talk and chit chat and talk about our plans for the day, and then we just kind of break up and go to our own trailers and do our chores, or run to the grocery store or the laundromat or whatever, and do our own thing. And then usually later in the evening we'll meet back up, and we might meet back up during the middle of the day, and talk and chat, but maybe have a day where we go out and explore something together. So it's nice to have company. However, sometimes it's nice just to be by yourself for a while. I think sometimes it's better for me just to be on my own and just have quiet time, just to kind of assimilate everything in my life and think about what my plans are. What do I want to do next? And just have the time to really just be thoughtful or calm, or just, feel like, well, I don't have to go outside and have coffee if I don't want to. I can just sit in here, and I can play solitaire on the computer, or I can look at emails. I can pay my bills. And you don't feel any sense of, well, I need to go outside and at least say hello or whatever. You just have that time to just be by yourself and just be you. So there's pros and cons to both situations. I'm very fortunate with Dawn and Kevin in that, if we're traveling together for a long period of time, we do very well talking with one another about travel plans and, where we want to go, where we would like to stop and camp, what route do we want to take? Because sometimes I have one idea and Kevin has another idea, and we kind of weigh both back and forth and discuss the pros and cons and come up with a plan together. And it's really nice that we can do that. So you need to make sure that when you're traveling with a group, that there's good communication. Good communication for the whole group is really important, so that everyone has the same information. Everyone will know okay, we're going this day, we're going about this time, we're going to go this far, we're going to go do that. It gives you time to plan and do things that you need to do to prepare yourself. So it's just really all about communication. Whoever you're camping with, you need to be able to communicate effectively on a regular basis. So some things to think about. Not sure how goes. So I hit the high points. Yes, the group that we're in is great. Absolutely. I hope so, because I really miss you guys a lot. Do tell. We're telling you the important things. We're telling you what really matters. That's the biggest thing about being in a group. Safety. It's kind of scary for me sometimes. Yes, absolutely. And I can understand that. You know, it's good for you to have a plan of or how do I say this politically correctly? I'll just say it this way. This is my choice. This is how I protect myself. I have a concealed carry license, and I carry concealed, and that's just me. It's something that I'm comfortable with. I learned how to shoot firearms at a very young age in a very safe manner from my uncle, who was a police officer, and my father, who loved me very much. So it's not something that I feel that I have to carry out and wield all the time. But I know that in fact, when I'm out and about, I normally don't have it. What concerns me more is nighttime. So it's always near me at night. And if I had to, I could use it. But that's just my personal choice. Some people don't want to have anything to do with that, which is perfectly fine. But you need to have some kind of plan to protect yourself in the event that something bad happens. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, that's a campfire story for sure. Yeah, we just did that one. Okay. Gonna camp by myself this weekend, but cancel because it's hot. I know, it's just way too hot to be camping right now, and that's why I'm at home. And Doreen, so your question is, when am I going to be back out on the road again? I don't really have a definite date. I've got some things here that I have to stay kind of put for a while to finalize some things, some personal. I have a legal issue that I'm dealing with right now. Not anything bad. It's actually something good, but still, I need to be at my home base where I can send and receive mail and that sort of thing. So I don't know how long that's going to last. But anyway, I'm having to deal with that. I'm also, I've got maintenance still to do on my truck. I've got a windshield that's cracked, and I've got to get that replaced. And I've got to measure the top of my trailer so that Kevin can help me plan what solar panels I'm going to buy. I've got to get all my equipment. And so I want to stay here until I get all my parts and pieces so that I'll be ready for Kevin when we're in a place where we can do that. So I don't exactly have a time frame, but it's going to get to the point where I'm going to have to get out of here and go at some point in time, just for my own personal sanity, even if it's just for a weekend. I'm going to need to get my trailer out and go. So South Carolina sounds very interesting. That's nice and close, and I'm gonna see about that one. So we'll see. Isn't that the truth? It's a good thing too. More moves from campsite to campsite. Yes. Camping in a group. definitely takes communication. So camping alone doesn't scare me. It's what can happen on the road. Like a flat. Yes, absolutely. So just always check your tires. And I replaced my tires on my truck and my trailer before I left Yuma. Now, Kevin and Daryl both can probably tell you that I probably didn't need to do it when I did. However, I knew I was going to be traveling quite a bit by myself. I'm 67 years old. I am not as fit as I used to be. I used to change tires on my cars all the time when I was younger, and it would never bother me. However, now I don't know that I would have the strength. Plus, I've never changed the tire on a truck, and that's a lot bigger than a car. And I've certainly never changed a tire on a trailer. So I don't want to be in a situation where I have to do that. Now, that's not to say that I won't get a nail or a screw in a tire or whatever. However, I don't have to worry right now about the tread on my tires. So I think it's much better to keep an eye on that and get ahead of the game and replace them. Because, my truck was a 2015 and I bought it with 20,000 miles on it. So even if you had a really good tire and it had a 60,000 mile warranty, I was at 60,000 when those were replaced. So it was time, in my opinion, it was time to go ahead and change them. So I did it. Always have situational awareness. Absolutely, Dawn. Very, very important. You have to know your environment. You have to be very aware of what's going on around you. So that if you don't feel safe, if you feel any inkling that, well, maybe this isn't the best place for me to be, then leave. Go someplace else. It's much better to leave and be safe than it is to stay and be sorry that you didn't follow your instinct. Follow your gut. That's what's really important. When you say so? No, not just when you say so. You would like to think so, but I might actually go out a few times before I meet back up with you guys. Yes, absolutely. If you guys have never heard the story about Bobby and his shovel, that's his safety device. He uses that shovel for everything, but he's always saying, I got a shovel. Comes in very handy. Yes, it can come in very handy. And that's good most of the time. However, there's been, a time or two in a campground when I'm, well, I guess it's never really been a safety factor. It's more of, I just don't like these people and would rather not be camping near them. So, yeah, campgrounds are nice. The Hills Have Eyes camping situation. Absolutely, for sure. Much better to be safe than sorry. Leanne's battery, etc. Stuff is coming along well. So, well, then I get off tomorrow. Oh my gosh, you're going to have a day off, Kevin? Wow, what are you going to do? Let's see. You better go get some water and some propane and do some grocery shopping. How's that sound? Yes, exactly. Okay. Too funny. You guys are funny, funny, funny. Oh, did I miss Cloudline Adventures popped in here? Well, hello to you. Glad you could make it. I missed you coming in. There you are, Land Cloud. Hi, hi, hi. Glad you could come. So you're coming to Illinois? Kevin has his tools out. It's got to get a lot cooler before I'm going to head. I'm already in Florida. So, it's as hot here as it is there. The campground's open. Oh, no, I got to stay here for meal, Dawn. And not the MALE, just the MAIL. Oh. Yes. but no creepy people. Yeah. You know, I've had situations where I've had kids that were, I can't really say that they're bad kids, but they didn't seem to have a whole lot of parental control. And they would cut through campground sites and that sort of thing. And that kind of irritates me when there's no campground etiquette and kids not being taught. All right, Doyle, good night. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love boondocking is that you don't have so many people that you don't know so close to you. And some of the best spots that I've been to have been boondocking spots. So, you know, it's just a preference, really, as to what kind of camping you like to do. And I don't mind boondocking it all by myself either. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Same with the dogs, no parental control. That's very true. And that happens quite a bit. And that just makes it bad because then they get my dogs to going and you've got barking all around you. And it's not anything that I can stand. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for the reminder. So I hope I've covered some bases. Jennifer, if you have other questions, if you got something else you want me to talk about tonight, now would be a good time because it's 8:32 here where I am. So I'm going to be ending here shortly. Hi, Cindy. Are you popping in? I'm getting ready to sign off here pretty soon, but I'm glad you popped your head in to say hello. How are you doing? Where are you at right now? So I've had some new people in here tonight. That was nice. And some people that haven't been here much. And Land Cloud Adventures. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you coming in tonight. Cindy, it was nice having you pop in here. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and your contribution to the chat is always very nice. So thank you all for being here this evening. I hope you all have a really good week. We were late today. Well, I was talking about you earlier we were talking about how to meet people, how to camp with a group and that sort of thing. Yes, that's okay. No problem. Glad you stopped in for a few minutes anyway. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad I could help. And like I said, if you can think of anything else, just drop me an email. I'll be more than glad to answer anything that I can for you. And who knows, you might even come up with a new topic for the chat. So that would be really great. Oh, you have COVID pneumonia south of Houston where it's dang hot. I am so sorry to hear that, Cindy. Hope you're feeling better soon. All right. It looks like everybody's hopping off and saying goodbye. Yep. Better late than never for sure. Penny, I hope you've enjoyed the chat. Good night, Don and Kevin, Henry, Leanne. I didn't see Carl and Ken on here tonight. Thank you, Sue. It's always nice to have you here. And thanks for watching out for trolls. Good night, Shanna and Donnie, Pam, Zeb, Deb. It was nice to have you guys here. All right. I'll talk to you next Thursday. Bye.